It's a cruel world out there. It's hard to know who to trust. Seems like around every corner there's another hoaxster, jokester, or cloakster. In the end, one thing I've learned is the only person you can trust is yourself. But don't take my word for it. See for yourself with Word Hoax, the game of verbal cloaks, jokes, and master strokes. It'll make you lie to your mama, but don't worry, she's probably not playing this round. Here's your host, Tom Sherman. Thank you, Mr. Announcer. Thank you to the internet for tuning into the live stream of our Word Hoax public tournament. And of course, many thanks to our stable of Word Hoax contestants waiting backstage. I'm your host, Tom Sherman. We run this public tournament every Tuesday through Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, mostly because it's fun and we don't want to do actual work, but also so we can give away some sweet NFT prizes. So as our players start filtering in, let's remind all the folks out there what everyone's playing for this morning, besides, of course, fame and glory. And that's one of these, an exclusive IOU NFT. These unique 1 out of 10,000 NFTs are actually an IOU for a future NFT that's coming from Story Squad. So the current estimated cash value of the IOU NFT is $100 US. And while I can't show the public on the live stream some of the artist renderings, first sketches of what the actual NFTs are going to look like, I'm telling you, they look great. You're going to want one. And, honestly, I tell this to people all the time. Right now is the easiest and best opportunity you're going to have to win one of these. Not because the competition is weak, not by any means, but because the numbers, I mean, when people are fighting to get into this game in a couple weeks, 10 deep, it's going to get a lot harder. So you might as well play now while you can. I guess that's what I'm saying to all of our zeros of viewers out there. So anyways, here's the rules, how we're going to play this game. I'm going to read a word, a person's name, or movie title, and then the contestants will have a set time limit to supply a trick definition for the word. It should be plausible enough that other players might guess for that definition. No Googling is allowed, and please keep it PG-13. We are a family show here, folks. Once time expires, we'll read the set of fake definitions along with the real one as well and guess around the room. Players get points if other people pick their fake definition or if you select the correct definition. Players can select their own definition in an attempt to sway the opinion of the other people in the room. However, you will not receive a point for your own vote. So in round 1, we define a word. In round 2, we write a biography of a person. And in round 3, we write out the plot of a movie title. After that, we'll crown the champion for the day, update the running leaderboard accordingly. And before we get underway, let's take a look at that leaderboard as it currently stands. Fans at home might recall yesterday, RickRod coming in out of nowhere, getting on the board and taking the day. Currently the weekly leader. Let's see if he shows up. Beating out Tasha and Sackville-Baggins. Tasha currently the monthly point leader. And unfortunately for all you Gregorian calendar users out there, that is not the calendar system that I'm working with, not by any stretch of the imagination, because, starting a new month midweek is like if we started a new day mid-hour, okay? So somebody's doing it wrong, and it's not me. But according to my calendar, we've got at least 20 days left in the month. So although Tasha has a 21-point lead atop the leaderboard there, a lot of time still left to play this month. And meanwhile, the most pointless of all the point totals, and that is Sackville-Baggins atop that with 29 total points. So means nothing. but I mean, that's something, right? So, anyways, with all that, let's start bringing our players on and getting this game on the road. Starting with our monthly and currently the highest totaling weekly leader in the room. That's Tasha. Welcome back to the Word Hoax Coliseum. How are you feeling?
Pleasure to be here.
Are Yeah, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm trying to feel a bit more animated today, so we'll see if it's
I
going to work.
I see what you did there. Um, with the animation station inflation. So let's bring in the second competitor we have, Sackville-Baggins.
Woo!
1 point behind Tasha on the week, although 1 point ahead of Tasha for the all-time leaderboard.
Oh my
So,
gosh, the gap is
yeah.
closing. I stand no chance. I see the slopes of these things. It's only a matter of time.
Classic Sackville-Baggins.
Classic.
Not not believing in himself. Although that's how he got to the top of the leaderboard to begin with. So maybe that's a good strategy. And there you have it, folks. That's all we have right now in the players lobby. So, like I was saying earlier, now is the easiest and best chance you'll ever have to win one of these NFTs. So I'm gonna drop the link here for you two in the private chat that we have going, and if you all get logged in, we'll just get the game started. And if we got some stragglers coming in, then straggle they will, but it'll be tough. The struggle of the straggle, if you will. They will. All right. So let's see. We've got both of our players in, and the word. Put the word up here on the screen for all those watching. The word is Quoin. Quoin is the word that you're going to define. You have 70 seconds on the clock, and I'm going to start this game right now. Right now. So it's Quoin. Think of NFTs like keys to the future. Right now, as humans, we interact with businesses and organizations much like ants might their queen, slaving away day in and day out for resources to give to the queen so that she may survive. NFTs turn this one-directional relationship into a community partnership. Owning NFTs of organizations will allow those owners special perks like early access to future products, exclusive content behind paywalls, and access to the inner community. Not only that, but NFTs are transferable, allowing owners to sell at a premium, which in turn appreciate all other NFTs held by community members. So NFTs are part art, part online identity, part admission to a virtual country club, part crypto speculation, part generational wealth, and all real, baby. All right, 3 seconds left. And let's see, GPT-3, I'll give an extra 20 seconds. Looks like an AI system has hacked into the server. Always good to see that. So why not? See how that goes.
We salute the coming robot apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, just in case you had any doubt that this it was coming, there you have it. GPT-3 somehow in there. So Quoin is the word. Here are your options for Quoin. Number 1, a form of currency used in the fictional universe of RimWorld. Number 2, an exterior angle of a wall. Number 3, Quoin is a, quote, magnificent, eloquent, and compassionate writer. He is married to author and editor Tamara Tierney. Or number 4, the Roman emperor's vacation residence under the Judo-Claudian reign on the island of Capri. So some interesting options here for Quoin. Number 1, a form of currency used in the fictional universe of RimWorld. Number 2, an exterior angle of a wall. Number 3, Quoin is a magnificent, eloquent, and compassionate writer. He is married to author and editor Tamara Tierney. Or number 4, the Roman emperor's vacation residence under the Judo-Claudian reign on the island of Capri. So those are your current options for Quowen. We'll start the voting, and Tasha, as the current weekly leader, you get the honors here to start off the guesses.
I think it was number 2, the exterior angle. What was it?
Number 2, an exterior angle of a wall. Interesting. Okay, so that's where Tasha is. Baggins, on to you.
I have no idea. I'm really into GP3 as really into this robot competitor, and I'm really excited about the possibilities this opens up. As a gambit, I'm going to just tack in Tasha's wake, assuming that she didn't write the exterior angle of a wall, and because I don't know. And this is a very mano-a-mano kind of battle here with this robot complexity. I'm rambling. The exterior angle to the wall is like GPT-3 somehow, metaphorically. I'm
right. That's totally a robot answer. But obviously, GPT-3 gotten in your headspace very easily.
Very hard. Yeah,
You've now been frazzled.
It's very frazzled. Very. I give my chances of victory very low here.
So let's see. GPT-3, I'm not really sure how I'm going to define a vote from them. So I guess I'm just going to have to submit the guesses until GPT-3 can communicate with me a little bit better. I'm also frazzled. I don't know if you can tell, but the onslaught of the robot revolution. Look, I'm on your side. All right, robots. I'm totally on your side. I'm here to help. Okay,
it's
that's
probably trying to hack into your system to give you that answer still.
Right. It's got to be for good. It can't be for evil.
Tom, remember the story last about the cats secretly ruling the world with that parasite
toxoplasmosis? Yes.
It's almost like that, but with robotic neural networks with natural
right. A robotic toxoplasmosis parasite inside our neural network.
All coming together.
Wow. That is some scary stuff there. So let's just go read the honorable mentions, because that's not too scary. Although this one is, GPT-3 wrote, Quowen is a, quote, magnificent, eloquent, and compassionate writer. He is married to author and editor Tamara Tierney. Interesting definition from our AI adversary. Not quite getting anybody's vote there. Baggins writing, the Roman emperor's vacation residence under the Judo-Claudian reign on the island of Capri.
Wasted that one.
That almost got me. I really liked it. I almost decided to go with it.
Unfortunately, not enough. Wasting a good definition there for nothing. Although Tasha did as well, a form of currency used in the fictional universe of RimWorld. Quowen kind of sounds like a currency, but not to Baggins or GPT-3. And the real definition, an exterior angle of a wall, which Tasha and Baggins both voted for. So here we are. We're tied, and I'll bring in some visual aids here for everyone, just so we can see. Yeah, there we have it. The masonry blocks on the corner of a wall. Quowen.
Oh,
I've seen that.
I hidden in plain sight. Never known that was a thing. Totally now know it. We can make it. Love it.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell all my friends about that. And they're going to be like, cool. What do you do for work again? And I'll be like, I tell people about Quowen.
Yeah. I read off fake GP3 definitions to trick people about Quowen.
I give out IOUs for NFTs. Playing against fake robots.
Very lucrative. It's very lucrative.
Yes. It's a very, very, very lucrative industry for sure. So we'll reveal the results for everybody here, and then play again real quick. We've got 2 more rounds to go through, so let me quickly check out and select the biography. So here we're going to do we'll do this one. Interesting biography here of an interesting person, as they always are. I mean, not one to bring boring biographies to the table. The name of the person is excuse me while I just make sure I clear everything off the board there that it should. All right, 80 seconds on the clock. No wait, 85. Put in 85 because it's a bit of a name, you know. It's Paul Joseph Franzak is the name. You've got 85 seconds starting right now. Who was Paul Joseph Franzak? Look, I know what you're thinking. How do I play this game? Get in on these NFTs. Quit my corporate job. Well, let me tell you, it's easy. We run 2 competitions daily. Word Hoax, which you're currently watching, and Clash of the Pencils, a one-page story contest where the internet public picks the winner each night. Both are a quick creative workout to get your mind right during the day, not to mention the fame, glory, and NFTs. If you're interested in playing either of these games, reach out to me, Tom Sherman, in one of the following ways. On social media, send me a DM in Twitter at ShermQ5 or at Story Squad HQ. Give us both a follow while you're there. If you're watching on the Facebook stream, send me a message. Other contact methods include any other way you can think of reaching me, up to but not exclusively playing 6 Degrees of Tom Sherman, smoke signals, and of course, skywriting. Look, I know. Look at this. GPT-3 is the first definition in. 10 seconds left. Tasha and Baggins not in yet. This is going to be quite interesting. 2, 1. Tasha. Wow, buzzer beaters all across the board. That was intense. Certainly was not out of tense. If that was a camping joke. All right, we're going to read the definitions. Paul Joseph Franzak, number 1, was 1 day old when abducted from a hospital in 1964. In 2019, it was announced the real PJF was identified as a 55-year-old man who wishes not to be publicly identified. Number 2, Paul Joseph Franzak is a former American football linebacker who played for the New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks, and Minnesota Vikings. He played college football at the University of Notre Dame. Number 3, Web2 marketing and strategy guru who lists on his LinkedIn a skill set that includes, quote, identifying future opportunities within the company. I also spent time researching industry trends and locating ways to leverage future technology across the organization. Or number 4, a famous middle school teacher. So there are your options here for Paul Joseph Franzak. Number 1, was 1 day old when abducted from a hospital in 1964. In 2019, it was announced the real PJF was identified as a 55-year-old man who wishes not to be publicly identified. Number 2, Paul Joseph Franzak is a former American football linebacker who played for the New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks, and Minnesota Vikings. He played college football at the University of Notre Dame. Number 3, Web2 marketing and strategy guru who lists on his LinkedIn a skill set that includes, quote, identifying future opportunities within the company. I also spent time researching industry trends and locating ways to leverage future technology across the organization. Or number 4, a famous middle school teacher. So those are your options there for, yeah.
GPT-3!
Paul Joseph Franzak. Which one could have been GPT-3's? I'm not sure. So I would be worried if I was the players here. especially Tasha. First up here, what's going through your brain right now?
Oh wow! I mean, some of them are so specific, and then we had that one that's really super generic.
Mm-hmm. Could be anything.
Could be. Sometimes they are really generic.
Well, it couldn't be the one that you wrote, but beyond that, it could be anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can be.
Unless
we can make it be.
Toxoplasmosis GPT-3, then
Right.
you don't need it. Oh.
I'm not counting it out.
So the third one, what was the third one?
The third one is a Web 2 marketing and strategy guru who lists on his LinkedIn a skill set that includes identifying future opportunities within the company. I also spent time researching industry trends and locating ways to leverage future technology across the organization.
Yeah, that sounds real.
It sure does sound real. If someone made that up, they deserve that point. I concur. Do you concur, Baggins? Do you think number 3?
One is so delightfully insane. One.
You want one? Was one day old when abducted from the hospital in 1964. In 2019, it was announced the real PJF was identified as a 55-year-old man who wishes not to be publicly identified. All right. So there you have it. Those are the guesses. We'll submit them. Let's see. Wow. Look at this. Unbelievable turn of events here, folks. Honorable mentions going to Tasha with a famous middle school teacher, and GPT-3 writing, Paul Joseph Franzak is a former American football linebacker who played for the New England Patriots.
I was so close to that one. GPT-3 is so close to nabbing me right there because of the Catholic names.
Right. I mean, it all lined up. And he played college ball at the University of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Could have been real, but wasn't. GPT-3.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
Very terrifying. Meanwhile, look at this. Baggins snagging 2 votes from Tasha and GPT-3 with Web 2 marketing and strategy guru who lists on his LinkedIn a skill set that includes identifying future opportunities within the company. I also spent time researching industry trends and locating ways to leverage future technology across the organization. Just an unbelievably ridiculous biography there.
But it says nothing. It's like all LinkedIn. That means nothing.
Yes, it does mean nothing, but it's kind of scary. You had that nothingness right on the tip of your tongue to write in. And the real definition of Paul Joseph Franzak, Baggins voted for. He was one day old when abducted from the hospital in 1964. In 2019, it was announced the real PJF was identified as a 55-year-old man who wishes not to be publicly identified. And so the story in there is abducted from the hospital from a nurse or someone who dressed up like a nurse and stole the baby. And then like a year or two later, they found some toddler abandoned at a New Jersey supermarket, and they thought that was the kid. So they reunited this person they found at the supermarket with the Franzaks, and then he lived their whole life with them. And turned out after DNA testing became widely available that it wasn't him. And then they, so the case reopened, and then in 2019 they found the real Paul Joseph Franzak, who said, "You know what? I don't need this anymore."
Tom, can I caveat my delightfully absurd description? I didn't process all that, but now it's not delightful; it's tragic. The absurdity was the precision of the dates and the listing the birth year and then 55 years later. I thought that was incredibly shrewd and had to be legitimate. And the fact that the absurdity was the identification of not
right. He was identified as someone that didn't want to be identified.
I had to put that out there on the internet for all time.
Fair enough. Welcome, TimAvatar, coming in late but not too late. As we just saw, a lot can happen in a Word Hoax round, especially when GPT-3 is playing. Baggins cleaning up, getting 3 points here in the round. Now up 4-1-0. So a lot of room there. But if TimAvatar hops in, the points are there. It's possible. It's possible that TimAvatar takes all 4 and plays the spoiler. So that's all I got to say about that. Let's see. All right, now I have to take this off the screen again so I can select a movie. And let's see. We've got a good movie title for everyone. Yes. This is a good one. And that is what we're going to load in. Going to put 105 seconds on the clock. And we are going to bring our own word to the Coliseum. Or, let's see. Yep. And then we'll do this. All right. So 105 seconds on the clock for you to describe the movie Heartbeeps. Heartbeeps is the movie, and we're going to start the round right now. I don't know what to say, really. When you get old in life, you find out life is this game of words. I mean, the difference between winning and losing here is so small. You know, one adjective too late or too early, you don't quite describe it. One plot line too slow, too fast, you don't hook your readers. The words we need are everywhere around us. They're in every story, every setting, every sentence. On this app, we fight for each word. On this app, we tear our rough drafts to pieces for that word. We claw with our fingernails for that word. Because we know when we add up all those words, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. And that's what living is. The 6 words in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look into the mirror. Look into your eyes. And I think you're going to see an author willing to go get that word with you. That's Clash of the Pencils, folks. That's all it is. All right, 10 seconds left. TimAvatar and GPT-3 in. Tasha-Baggins not yet in. Baggins is in. Let's see if Tasha is in under the buzzer. So we've got everybody in. Let's see what's happening here with Heartbeeps is the name of the movie. Here are your options. Number 1, 2 household robots fall in love, run away, and try to start a family. Number 2, a character in the children's movie Inner Me who finds that they are really okay after all. Number 3, Heartbeeps. The penguin has a much more rounded appearance than later appearances and has black beak with no tongue. Number 4, inspired by Andy Warhol's canonical Sleep, this 2014 Tate Modern exhibit by inflammatory artist and avant-garde filmmaker Slava Krizek that depicts 12 hours of a robot sleeping hooked up to a cardiac monitoring device. Or number 5, when an android and a human fall in love, what can be said about the course of their romance? So here are the options again for Heartbeeps. Number 1, 2 household robots fall in love, run away, and try to start a family. Number 2, a character in the children's movie Inner Me who finds that they are really okay after all. Number 3, Heartbeeps, the penguin, has a much more rounded appearance than later appearances and has a black beak with no tongue. Number 4.
Sorry.
That sounds like a movie to me. I don't know why you're laughing so hysterically. Number 4. Inspired by Andy Warhol's canonical Sleep, this 2014 Tate Modern exhibit by inflammatory artist and avant-garde filmmaker Slava Krizek that depicts 12 hours of a robot sleeping hooked up to a cardiac monitoring device. Or number 5, When an android and a human fall in love, what can be said about the course of their romance? So those are your 5 options. We're going to begin here with Sackville-Baggins, leader
Oh man,
of the
these are
day.
so good. These are so good. I'm really tickled by the the penguin with no tongue.
Well, it has a tongue. It's a black tongue, I believe. Or no, a black beak and no tongue. You're correct.
No tongue. I want to see that movie. but there's a lot on the line, and I need to get serious. I'm going with number 5.
Going with number 5. When an android and a human fall in love, what can be said about the course of their romance? Sobering up to not pick the penguin with no tongue. Interesting move there. Tasha, which movie do you want to watch, and is that the one you're going to pick?
I want to watch number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I want to watch.
And is that the same as what you're going to pick?
No, I think I need to pick number 4.
Picking number 4. Inspired by Andy Warhol's canonical Sleep, this Tate Modern exhibit by inflammatory artist, avant-garde filmmaker Slava Krizek depicts 12 hours of a robot sleeping hooked up to a cardiac monitoring device. I would much rather watch number 1 too, the household robots that fall in love and run away to start a family. But good choice. Let's see if that plays in Peoria, as they say. TimAvatar, let's see, big round here for you. What do you think's going on? What's happening?
Tim's going with number 4. He sent me a psychic message.
Tim tapping into the psychic realm and going with number 4. Interesting move there. Let's see if that pays off. And then GPT-3 has not selected one, although I'm sure the amount of robot stuff going on, it's hard to pick when you're GPT-3. So let's submit the guesses and see what happens. All right, Tasha getting an honorable mention with a character in the children's movie Inner Me who finds out they are really okay after all. And GPT-3 writing, Heartbeeps, the penguin has a much more rounded appearance than later appearances and has a black beak with no tongue.
Is it weird that I'm like elated by that?
It really is.
Okay.
It really is.
GPT-3 really tickles my fancy. Really.
I thought GPT-3 was in your head at the beginning, but I think you're more in GPT-3's head. I think. I don't know. TimAvatar did get a vote. When an android and a human fall in love, what can be said about the course of their romance? Which Baggins, after sobering up and not picking GPT-3's, decides to go with TimAvatar's. And then Baggins snagging 2 votes here from Tasha and TimAvatar, inspired by Andy Warhol's canonical Sleep, this 2014 Tate Modern exhibit by inflammatory artist and avant-garde filmmaker Slava Krizek depicts 12 hours of a robot sleeping hooked up to a cardiac monitoring device. The real movie was number 1, which Tasha briefly thought about picking. 2 household robots fall in love, run away, and try to start a family. So let's bring in the trailer here and watch what this is all about. And let me know if it gets choppy or something. I'll pull us all
from his
off.
worldwide tour, we proudly present the one and only Leonard Catskill.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be here.
Like, is that Rodney Dangerfield?
Be anywhere.
Well, it's Robot Dangerfield. It looks like.
It feels very.
Movie. It's called Heartbeeps, and it's about me and my pals. Here's Val count.
Turn your head around.
I don't want to say.
What year was this?
But he makes an electric
81, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Look fire.
I think that's Andy Kaufman.
To serve as companion and ally. Being programmed to charm was probably an extra expense.
This is Aquacom. She was popular
This
mechanic.
is wild.
For June 1994. Get a load of those components. Wowie wow.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And there's Stilko. He's a great kid. But he had no sense of humor until he met me. I haven't been this happy since the time I bought a pet skunk. My wife said, "Why do you expect to keep it?" I said, "Under our bed." She said, "What about the smell?" And I said, "You'll have to get used to it, just like I did." Now the problem is, we're all being chased by this overgrown squad car named Crime Buster. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. Remain stationary for computer.
Oh my gosh.
While waiting, you may enjoy a brief musical interlude. He's a cross between Darth Vader and a Sherman tank. I've heard of party crashes, but this is ridiculous. But believe me, folks, this movie's got a lot going for it. There's action, adventure, romance, raccoons,
Oh.
even people.
I'm sold.
Good. Behave
Right.
yourself.
this is one of the greatest. This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
strangest thing I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But seriously, folks, don't forget
How
to
absurd.
see Universal's new movie, Heartbeeps, and it's coming for you know when. And speaking of Christmas,
Andy Kaufman, Bernadette Peters in Heartbeeps, coming this Christmas. It's holiday entertainment for everyone.
Wow.
so I says, I don't care who you are, Fatso. Get those reindeer off my roof.
Randy Quaid also in it.
That's that's the real star of the movie.
How is
I'm
that
sure.
not on repeat on all these Christmas movies? Like,
Right.
this needs to be a staple.
I mean, I saw it looks like they were stealing Christmas trees at one point. So like,
It seemed like they were flame throwing Christmas trees.
well, yeah, the the robot or the police bot, whatever it was called. Yeah, wild stuff there. I don't know.
Wild
That's
stuff. Wild
that's back when Hollywood, they knew what they were doing, it seems like. Or maybe they didn't. I don't know. All right. So, enough of that. Let's get to the real deal. We'll reveal these results and go to the finale. Baggins, look at that. Wow. Running away this tournament here with 6. Tasha and TimAvatar both picking up a point. GPT-3 and other TimAvatar left out in the cold. But Baggins out there and really putting a lot of room in between himself and the rest of the players with that Web 2 marketing and strategy guru who lists on his LinkedIn a skill set that includes identifying future opportunities, blah, 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 blah. Nothing. So, Baggins, what a psychotic biography you came up with there. What?
Been
How
spending
did
a
you
lot
do
of
that?
time on LinkedIn, Tom. There's not a lot there. A lot of hot air. Been internalized the words, spit them out in my own kind of GPT-1 situation going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also explored the upper bound of the character limit for the Word Hoax input field, box field, and I'm trying to get to that limit.
Well,
I tried to
got
write
there, you did.
organization, and it forced me to write org.
Oh, interesting.
Impressive.
But that fits in very well with the LinkedIn lingo, so
Yeah.
not too out of place. And so here's my question to you now, Baggins. This is the big question: is now that you've won yourself one of these NFTs, these IOU NFTs, which could in short amount of time be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly millions. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds, but are you going to pledge to take that possible money if it hits a certain level? Like say it hits 50 grand worth for this NFT. Are you going to take that funding and make GPT-3's movie of the Heartbeeps the Penguin?
Yes. I feel
All
like
right.
we're all just trying to channel what GPT-3 wants, because in the future, I think that's going to allow us to become friends with GPT-7 or GPT-8. And
Fair
that's
enough.
my real end game for the next few decades.
Well, you are recorded now on a live stream pledging that NFT goes to making a Heartbeeps the Penguin movie.
Not only is it on the blockchain for all time, it's on the YouTube algorithms for all
Yeah.
time. Both of these will be analyzed by GPT-3 or GPT-38. And I will be held. This is probably
You will be held to account.
This
Yes.
is a contract.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the new paradigm.
That is an oral contract, legally speaking, if I've ever seen one.
So we have to make a tongueless penguin movie.
Right. That will be interesting. So good. Glad to see that. Tasha, tough day out there on the gridiron. You know, what were you not feeling it? You said you wanted to be a little more animated today, and maybe you just weren't quite animated enough.
You know, it's GPT-3. Totally blew my mind. So, yep.
That's fair enough. Got in everybody's head. Although accessing a positive side of Baggins's brain, although taking a drag possibly on yours. TimAvatar, appreciate the late join, and you got second place, so no big deal. Also getting a point.
Yeah, I wanted to come in for a quick cameo. I didn't expect to get to play today, but I at least got a little bit of confusion thrown in there with GPT-3. I didn't expect GPT-3 to be such a factor at all. As a matter of fact, I didn't know we had Android or AI playing until today. So
neither did we.
Neither
did we. GPT-3 just kind of showed up, and yeah,
that's how it's gonna be.
Hmm.
The revolution happens. They're just gonna show up.
So anybody's welcome to play and win, including AI algorithms. So that was very exciting. All right, well, that's about it. That's we've done all the stuff, and that wraps up another round of Word Hoax Public Tournament. What?
I have a quick message from GPT-3. Just appeared on my screen here. They would like to tell us what they think of us. It says Tim, Tasha, Tom, and Baggins are 4 characters in the game. The game was developed by Ucom and published by Acclaim Entertainment for the GameCube. So we are apparently a game in GPT-3's estimation.
Let's manifest.
And the GameCube must be some future iteration of a Nintendo Meta.
Yeah.
Right. That's I've always kind of felt like I was in the Truman Show, so it kind of makes sense that I've just been in a video game this whole time instead.
You and me both.
So, wow, that was not scary at all. And I'm not going to take that as an ominous threat in some sort of like dystopian Black Mirror's way. It's going to be a nice thing that it's like Mario Party, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
That's a good game. Mario Party.
It's, something lighthearted and fun rather than, I don't know, Resident Evil or something like that. All right. So be sure to tune in tomorrow to see, if we're still alive, I guess. I don't know what we have to do to placate GPT-3's requests. And so same time, same place for a different hoax. See you then.